Aloha and thanks for tuning in. This is just a quick update on my Cessna panel here. You can see I've got the two Logitech FIP gauges. I've got them set up so they're going to be like G5s. I've got an LCD panel in here. It's the 16 by 2, and that's just going to give me like temperature and voltage. I've got an enunciator panel up here. I'm still working on these two gauges here, my course deviation indicator, OBS. This is just going to be a blank panel. I'll just 3D print something blank and pop it on. I still have to wire the switch panel, so I haven't wired that at all yet. And I'm reprinting my throttle. I found something I liked a little better, that looked a little better, so I'm redoing that. And I had to do a little bit of work with the GNS 530 from Flight Sim Builder. So I used a PDF from Captain Bob's channel for the sizing of everything in here, and it's a really good approximation of the size. It really does show you location, and it has measurements you need if you're ever going to do something like this. But one of the things I found is with the Flight Sim Builder GNS 530, it comes with two brackets, left and right. Well, those brackets actually protruded over here into this area here. So they actually came out. And that would have interfered with me mounting gauges in those locations. My only alternative would have been to redo this panel, push all of this over a little to give me more room. So the option I chose was to print a new mount for the GNS 530. So instead of having two big brackets, one left, one right, I just printed 4 smaller ones. Now the problem with that is you have to get them onto the 530. So when you remove the old brackets, you're going to hear a bunch of screws let loose on the inside. There's 2 nuts per corner, if you will, of the bracket, and they're just going to fall. So I had to dismantle the GNS 530, put my brackets in, put those nuts back on, reassemble the GNS 530, and then put it in the way I wanted. Now, I did it. It's right here, but it's a little bit of a pain. I wish the brackets that it came with were a little smaller. Would have made my life a little easier. I also have a bunch of stories about trying to disassemble the Honeycomb Alpha. Suffice it to say, there's a video out there of somebody dismantling their Honeycomb Alpha because they wanted to extend the shaft out like I did. Don't follow that video. You do not need to take off all the screws that you see being taken off. You don't need to do any of that. You don't. On the back of the yoke itself, there's a small piece of plastic. There's like a plastic cylinder area. I'm gonna go grab my yoke just to show you. It really is a lot easier than what that video does show. And this is rough. This still needs some work. But here, this area here, there's a left and a right. If you look, you can see kind of an indent here. There's one either side. If you apply pressure and pull, there's 2 screws at the top. If you take those screws out, the whole yoke handle comes off. You do not need to disassemble anything. So, unless you really do want to modify internal switches, if you want to extend the yoke, it's super easy. And I didn't know that. I followed someone else's video. I don't recommend you follow that video. Definitely lessons learned, and I'm fixing my yoke, so it'll be good when I'm done again. But it did take a little bit of damage along the way. But a lesson learned. You know, taking that yoke apart is easier than taking the yoke apart to extend the shaft is easy. It's just a matter of doing it the right way. But that, again, just a quick update and some lessons learned and some issues I've tackled along the way. Thanks for watching. You know, stay safe out there. Any questions, comments, concerns, as always, throw them below. And, you know, happy flying out there.